Alright, hey YouTubers, I'm doing this video because as I was explaining in previous when I was hooking up my wiring again from my mixer to the amp and the pedals and everything, I noticed that a lot of videos don't really go into the extent of what the RC50 can do, so I figure I'm going to give a brief example of what actually this thing can do. I have some presets that were in there, which I think other people who use this pedal board have, removed. I don't know why. They're perfect examples. You can play with them and stuff like that. But anyway, let me just give you a brief point out of some buttons here. Each of these buttons here are the volumes for these pedals here. So whatever you put on pedal phrase 1 or phrase 2 or phrase 3, those are the volume controls to these inputs as you inputting your music. You have separate auxiliary patches, which I got a bunch of stuff there. You have a record, play, overdub pedal. Depending how you click it, you got a stop, you got a tempo beat, which you can control the tempo while you're playing. You got an undo and redo button. Also, these two buttons combined, you can shut off, start and stop all the pedals simultaneously. You could do the same here with the stop button, but the stop just stops one phrase at a time. So as you press the phrase buttons, you can stop them one at a time as you go along, whatever you recorded. So in this demonstration, I have a preset that's called Big Rock on my number 1 patch line, which was already in there, factory. And I just want to give you the brief. It's pretty much basically what people are using it for right now. It's basically just start by pressing this. You'll notice that the first phrase is playing. Now, as that's playing, if you click on to the second phrase, it went to the next level. Now you could go back again. Then you could go to the third pedal. And then go back over here. Timing obviously is important. Now, in that setting, each phrase has something recorded on it. All the volumes are all balanced out, so one is not higher than the other. You can adjust that based on the instrument that you're recording. You can raise your instrument a little higher than the bass or the drums or whatever, individually as you record them. Now, as I demonstrated, you press phase 1, you get your whatever recording, and then you press phase 2, it jumps into that recording, and you press phase 3, it jumps into that recording. Now that's a pretty basic setup. Now in the next one, this is going to be like a bluesy church type preset sound that was in there, and the recording method on this is a little different, and I want you to notice what I'm talking about. So I'm going to start the play mode, and as you see, it's going into this jazzy stuff. Now if I press phase number 2, it's going to go into standby. Now phase 1 is still playing. Once phase 1 finishes, then phase 2 is going to jump in. You see? Now, while that's running, you can go back to phase 1. And when phase 2 finishes, it's going to jump back to phase 1. Okay, so now it's on phase 1. Now let's say you added an ending to end the song. So that ending will be in phase 3. Now it's going to jump. And that's the end. You can record like that, which is pretty complicated. I'm still messing around with it. But that's another way of recording your presets into the loop pedal. I actually like that method out of just pressing the pedals. But then you got method 3. This is another preset, and it's similar to method 1, but method 1 had like going from one scale to the next scale to the next. This is going from one beat to the next, but you have to individually press when you want to activate. So it's similar to the first preset, but it's a little different. So as you see, it's running what's on phase 1. Now if I press phase 2, it jumps to phase 2. Then I can go back to phase 1. Then I can go to phase 3. Then I go to phase 2. And then I go to phase 1. Again, it's all about timing. That's pretty much what it's all about. Let me stop this. Now, also, there's other preset modes where you can, like I said, add your own stuff to it. I'm not ready to do that demo yet. I'll demonstrate that later. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this other preset, number 5. As you notice, there's 2 round dots. Those 2 dots indicate that there's something recorded within these phases. So if you got 2 dots, that means there's something on phase 1 and phase 2. If you got 3 dots, obviously you see phase 3 is empty. So I can add something to that while I'm playing phase 1 and phase 2. So this is another version of how you can add your music. So I'm going to add play now, and you're going to hear it's a pretty much drum beat. So now, since I have something on phase 2, I'm going to add it in. Now I'm going to press that. It's going to hold it on standby until I press play over here. Now watch. And I get a bass riff. Now, you know, with this, I can shut that one off again and go back to the drums. And depending how you want to mess with it, you can do it like this. Stop. Play. Stop. Play. You can also remove the drum line, just have the bass line right here. Then you can come back to the drums. You know, so you know, these are the things that I noticed they don't show you on the demos that are on YouTube. So it's pretty much it. The only other thing is, you know, how to input your sound. I'll do another video on that, but this was pretty much what I wanted to show you guys, that I don't really see too much on YouTube. While this might be an older model Boss loop pedal, and there's newer versions, but they pretty much all work the same. So, you know, I hope you appreciated it, that. And, you know, here we go. Stop. Okay. Alright, I hope that showed you guys pretty much how this pedal functions. It has a lot of other functionalities which I'm not going to get into, but this is the basic stuff. So for those who have it, enjoy it, man. It's a great machine, and I really enjoyed this thing. It was a little pricey. It was about $500, but I think it was worth it. I mean, with the, you know, multitude of things you could do with it. So, all right, rockers, enjoy. I hope this was something that gave you guys a little more insight on this pedal. All right.